Hello. I haven't done one of these in a while. This is a tribute video to some very talented entertainers who have passed away recently, and the reason I haven't done a tribute video in so long, the last one was Gene Wilder, is because, well, I feel it's important to pay respect and talk about someone who did a lot of good things, who brought us a lot of joy, a lot of good entertainment, who was a big part of our lives, or was a big part of the lives of many people. Talking about someone who had just died usually is a depressing thing to do, and two people in particular over the past few days have died, and I just felt like I had to do a tribute video. On December 25th, 2016, George Michael died. Or was it Michaels? I sure hope I don't get his name wrong. Pretty sure it's George Michael. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. My head's a little fuzzy at the moment. I'm really shook up by the two people who have died in the past few days. But George Michael, he was one of the biggest musicians of the 1980s. And I will be honest, I'm not an expert on his career. I've only listened to a handful of his songs, but I thought they were all very great. And my friend Alex, huge fan of George Michael, he was here earlier today, but I didn't want to take him away from having a good time to do a video that could be depressing for him. And Alex is doing great. He's doing great with his new twins, and the whole family's doing just great. And he told me that Wham was, I don't remember, he didn't say which, but he said Wham was the first album he ever bought, and George Michael's death hit him. And the songs that really stick out to me from George Michael are Club Tropicana, which I first found out about by watching TJ Kirk's Distressed Watcher video, Top 10 Gayest Music Videos of the 1980s. And it's a good video. Despite the title, it's not at all homophobic. It's very pro-gay, actually, and Club Tropicana made it at number 2. Rightfully deserving, and over the past week, my mom has been making a lot of Christmas food, and while cooking she plays a lot of great songs, and one of the songs that kept coming up was Last Christmas, and it's both extremely sad and ironic that George Michael would die on Christmas Day, and I don't know if it brings any meaning, but it definitely makes listening to that song feel different now. I think Last Christmas is a great song, and I was just checking to make sure I was getting his name right. Sometimes I'm a bit stupid, but we all are. And yeah, I've made it pretty clear I'm not a huge music guy. Any song I love, I usually hear it in a movie first, and one of his other songs that I really liked, that I didn't know it was him for a while, was Faith, from which I heard in The Rules of Attraction. It was part of the soundtrack, and when George Michael saw the scene that they wanted to use the song for, he let him use it for free. He was only 53 when he died. It's not young, but it's not the age you think of when someone dies. And I believe the very first song by George Michael I ever heard was considered to be one of his worst songs. I Want Your Sex, from the strip club scene in Beverly Hills Cop 2. And while it is a corny song, it was the 80s. A lot of stuff was corny. And it really fit this very, I guess, sexy scene. It was just so sad to hear he died. So unexpected. And the other person who has died recently, on December 27th, was Carrie Fisher. And her death has really hit me hard. It's hard to say why. It was just so unexpected when I found out she had a heart attack. And the way it sounded, it wasn't cut and dry, but the chances of her making it were not good, and I just felt like crying when I found out about it. And my family, during Christmas, we all were really hoping for her. Really hoping she would be okay, and just so sad. And to George Michael's and Carrie Fisher's families, I hope they are hope they're handling this as best they can. That eventually they will, I don't know, feel somewhat better. I don't know. I haven't lost anyone in my immediate family, so I don't know how to feel when someone so close to you dies. And 2016, everyone has said, has been an awful year for people who we either loved, admired, or respected dying. And I usually try not to swear in these tribute videos, but I have to. 2016, with all of these amazing entertainers gone, what can I say but God damn it. God fucking damn it. And I think I've said a few times, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And before filming this video, I rewatched the original Star Wars, and I cried a little when watching it. I'm just so upset that Carrie Fisher had to die. It hits me hard because I love Star Wars. I love Princess Leia. Carrie Fisher did a magnificent job with this character, and I want to show just how much I love Star Wars. Original, and this was the last official VHS release of the original version before the special editions. Another VHS release of the original. This one's got a few things to it that even the final original release didn't have. The entire original trilogy, special edition versions. Limited edition DVDs of the original trilogy that has both the 2004 editions and the original releases, and these are some of my most cherished DVDs. And this will not be something that most people recognize, but the Ewok Adventure and the Battle for Endor TV movies with the Ewoks. I'm a collector. I love collecting obscure stuff, and anything Star Wars is just good for me, and just holding this stuff makes me feel better. And even though I admit they're not good, they got a lot of flaws, I still think they have some good aspects in certain areas. The prequels, and yep, I have them on VHS, and this is gonna sound stupid, but I got this limited edition VHS of The Phantom Menace mainly because it's collectible of sorts, and comes with a 35mm film strip from the film, and I'm a collector, I'm a movie buff, and I love Star Wars. I've loved it my whole life. The fact that Carrie Fisher is gone, it hits me. My mom held up her glass earlier today saying, "Farewell, Princess," and she couldn't do it. I mean, she felt a Wookiee howl would be an appropriate send off. She couldn't do it, so I just went for her. I can actually do a better Chewbacca impression, but I don't have it in me right now. But I can do it, and Mom appreciated it, and so many people have died this year. It's unbelievable, and so many entertainers are still dying. This is the making of this video, and it all started, I think, this whole feeling like 2016 just was the worst year for actors, directors, musicians. I think it all started with David Bowie's death, and not every entertainer's death hit me very hard, but so many great people, and I don't want to ramble on much longer. I don't know if next year will be better, but I think we all just want 2016 to be done.